and a very happy new year to all my YouTube listeners, wherever you are. In Australia, where my wife Valeria and I are going to be in a few days' time to watch the third, fourth, and fifth, if there is such a thing, days of the Sydney Test match. Anyway, a very, very happy new year to you, and make sure you all go along and make Peter Christian's new year happy. Have a look at their website, order from their wonderful range of clothing, and when you bung your orders in, my goodness me, you'll get a good discount. That I can promise you. So, Peter Christian, forever. Now, let us go to Sydney. The fifth Test match starts there on the 4th, which is next Sunday. And although it's a Test match, if you like, of no importance, in that Australia have already won the Ashes, they won the first three Test matches overwhelmingly. England pulled one back, a very unsatisfactory win, really, in 2 days in Melbourne, a game that was not at all a good advertisement for Test cricket, but we've been there, we've done that. The team news is that Gus Atkinson's out of the England side. He's gone home with a pulled hamstring, and it looks as though Matthew Potts will come in, but we will have to wait until nearer the time to be absolutely sure about that. And well, the Australians will be without their three of their four main bowlers. Cummins, the captain who played in Adelaide and made an important contribution, didn't play in Melbourne, he won't play in Sydney. His lower back is not yet right. Hazelwood has been out for the series, and Nathan Lyon, the off-spinner, has got a pulled hamstring muscle. And also for Australia, there's been another sort of, how should I say, fly in the ointment almost. Usman Khawaja has announced, he's 39 now, he was 39 during the third Test match in Adelaide. He has announced this will be his last Test match. And he's also said, in giving up quite a long press conference, that he's really been subjected to sort of racial influences throughout his Test career. He's been treated a little bit differently. Usman Khawaja's family came from Pakistan. He was 5 when they arrived in Australia, and obviously he feels that this is a good time to say so. I'm not sure it is. I wonder how he's going to be received in the Australian dressing room for this fifth Test match on his own home ground, because he's a Sydney boy. We will see, but I'm not certain he hasn't got his timing just a little bit wrong. But this Test match comes along at a time when we have been led or made to understand the madness of the modern cricketing world and the fixture list that is so absolutely chock-a-block. This Test match is going to finish on the 8th of January, and on the 22nd, the England side will be the selected England ODI side will be in Sri Lanka, and between the 27th and the 31st of January, between the 22nd and the 27th of January, I'm telling you wrong, they play 3 ODIs, one-day internationals, 50 overs a side. Then, with a slightly new squad of players coming in, they go to Kandy, where in 3 days, between the 31st of January and the 3rd of February, they play 3 T20 internationals. And then on the 8th of February, England will be in Mumbai playing their first match against Nepal in the T20 World Cup. And then they play 3 more matches, 3 more against West Indies, Bangladesh, and Italy. The last 2 will be played in Kolkata, and the West Indies are being played in Mumbai. So it really is a helter-skelter. And then, of course, after that, England should go through to the knockout stage. So who knows when the competition's going to end for them. And it really, really is a busy time. Now, there are a few players who are going to be going straight from Australia into the ODIs and then on into the T20 in Colombo, and then the T20 World Cup. Harry Brook will be captain of the one-day side. It's a newish venture for him, and he hasn't really yet made his mark on it. But he will be there in charge, and Joe Root who will be his main lieutenant, will also be there. And then we got Bryden Cast, who is a jolly good workhorse, and we saw a good wicket taker in Australia in the Test matches. He will be there. Will Jacks, who made himself felt, didn't he, in the last 3 Test matches there. Ben Duckett, who has not had at all a good time in the Test series, but he's got now the chance in the limited over games. And then, of course, Jacob Bethell. Well, Jacob Bethell, we're itching to play cricket. He made a very good 40, didn't he, in the Sydney Test? And, well, he needs as much cricket as he can. He's had just 4 first-class matches in the last year. He's had a smattering of one-day games as well, so he'll be very keen to get his boots on. So this is going to be a mad jamboree of cricket coming up. But going back to Sydney, England obviously would like very much to win this Test match, and although they lost the Ashes easily, they were completely outplayed when it really mattered in the first 3 Tests. They will come back to England 3-2, which sounds a little bit better, doesn't it? Now, the Sydney pitch is another thing. We had a bad pitch for a Test match in Melbourne. Matt Page, the groundsman there, has given a press conference and made his excuses, so to speak, but I'm afraid you've got to point a finger at him. He got it badly wrong for that match. I'm quite certain that the Sydney pitch is going to be an absolutely blameless one. My only fear is that we're going to see 2 big scores of over 600 and a very rather boring drawn game. But that isn't the pattern of modern Test cricket, so I dare say things will happen, and maybe again England's batting will let them down, but equally maybe it won't. Maybe the likes of Brooke and Duckett and Crawley will really show their mettle for the first time in Australia. So all that's to come up. It's going to be an exciting last Test match. It's always fun, the Sydney Cricket Ground. In a way, the most venerable cricket ground in Australia. It is the Australian lords of cricket grounds. It's wonderful. And I shall be there with Valeria. We'll be watching. It'll be very exciting. And I shall be bringing you reports from Australia. And my first report will probably be from England on the first day of the Test match before we fly. And I'm afraid I may miss the second day, but dear oh dear, airline schedules always mess things up, don't they? Anyway, talk to you again very soon. And once again, a very happy New Year to you all. And Peter Christian, a Happy New Year to Peter Christian. And all of you, please look at that lovely website of theirs and get in your orders as quick as you possibly can. I hope you were wearing good Peter Christian kit over the New Year. I was a picture of green. So there you are, something for you to aim up to. Happy New Year to you all.